Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I want to do a little bit more of a deep dive when it comes to the huge acquisitions we've actually had a chance to go and see, both for the PlayStation 5 with Bungie that happened just as of yesterday, as well as also Microsoft with Activision. Now, we've actually been seeing a lot of really big issues, a little bit of drama, and I've even mentioned a few of my videos on why this actually could potentially always not go through. It's not a 100% thing when it comes to both of the platforms, although the Bungie one does seem a lot more likely in comparison to the Activision one. We've actually had a lot of articles on this, and I kind of want to go and have like a little bit more time to kind of think on it and have more market research on it when it comes to if this actually will go through, because it does actually kind of maybe seem like both Sony and Microsoft actually might be a little bit in trouble, especially if they want to keep on trying to go push and get more extra companies, especially with all these big buyouts and everything that's been going on in 2022 so far. So we have a lot of stuff to go talk about, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway going on. Will be ending very soon with also a brand new one we announced up on Twitter too as well, which I may put a community post or make a separate video on too in the near bit. We also do have the, like I said, the Samsung SSDs down below on sale. Same with the also brand new phone deals too, mixed on in the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to follow. The Amazon links are still watching and all of that good stuff. So let's go talk about it. So first and foremost, I want to go touch on one really big thing where it's going to be in regards to Sony and their recent acquisitions. Now, we actually have seen multiple articles such as Jim Ryan stating they are not going to be stopping the actual acquisitions. We touched on this as of yesterday. We also have also various other big news sources. We even had Jeff Knightley as well, and also other various leakers and a lot of big game company people basically stating there will be more. And in all honesty, that's kind of an obvious prediction because obviously businesses are buying new companies every other single day at this point, especially for huge big tech companies. And even more obviously so, a lot of these companies are stating this is not the end, we're doing more. So I mean, it's kind of an easy prediction to go be like, yeah, we're going to be seeing Sony or Microsoft buying more stuff, when literally both Sony and Microsoft have physically said we're going to be buying more stuff. So besides all those really kind of cringe prediction tweets and everything else coming out from everyone else, when it comes to this is kind of the more intriguing stuff, because we've had a lot of skepticism when it comes to these really big kind of acquisitions. More so on the Microsoft side, where it kind of keeps on leaning towards really big legal issues in regards to antitrust agencies, as well as also pretty much throughout the entire world. The UK, EU, United States, etc. are going to have some big issues with it. And the part two of this as well will also be on Sony, where Sony themselves actually might be having a lot of big issues too as well when it comes to getting various Japanese big businesses too, such as places up in like Konami or Capcom or other various places such as Square Enix that are somewhat more slightly Japanese based due to Japanese law, and also the fact that they kind of do their acquisitions and business buyouts a little bit more differently than what we usually see in America. So we're going to talk about this first and foremost. So first of all, I want to go bring this up to you as well. There's a pretty cool little article over here from Wall Street Journal, which I'm going to be kind of highlighting and showing up to some of you guys and kind of bouncing off to as well. So basically, this is all in regards to the Microsoft's really big acquisition, the $70 billion, the $69 billion, whatever number you guys want to go and say to as well. And they also have had multiple different lawyers and other companies stating it's very likely to receive a closed look from antitrust enforcers both the United States and also abroad, because a lot of these types of things we've been seeing the scrutiny of them trying to go stop monopolies. As you guys know, that's just when like one big, like you have one or two or three really big companies essentially controlling the entire market, and at that point they're also pretty much making so much money that they're buying out pretty much everything as well. Good example, if you guys don't know from even pure gaming, think like you had an Amazon, and Amazon tried to go buy out both Walmart and Target, and then at that point, it's essentially just one mega corporation. And we are actually kind of seeing this a little bit with when it comes to Microsoft, where it's hard for other companies to compete. Thankfully, we do have four other big companies such as Netflix. When it comes to Nintendo, we have Sony and also Tencent, and a lot of other various mid-tier places and game company and publishers, such as, even think Steam. Although it's not fully console gaming, it is still gaming handheld consoles, and other various things such as like EA, Ubisoft. While they're not as big in multi-billion or trillion-dollar companies, they are still pretty relevant in the gaming sphere, so there is still competition, room for growth, etc., etc. But the big issue now is the fact of what would happen when we go and see something like Microsoft and Sony keep on buying out more and more. At this point, there's only maybe another like 10 or so major big companies that are really kind of hit that really huge peak that could lead into big issues with this. So, as you kind of had a chance to see this, especially for all the tech sector, tech is a little bit more on the special side too as well. So basically, a lot of this time comes with a robust debate of Washington about whether the government should do more to restrain the nation's largest and most powerful tech companies. And don't forget too as well, Microsoft is pretty much, I believe, the second biggest company in the world, correct me if I'm wrong, as well, so like their overall market side is huge in top of that. So once you have a huge company like this willing to go buy even more stuff, it does make things a little bit hard. So basically, despite Microsoft's size and role in the United States economy, as well as its history in the antitrust crosshairs, which they actually have seen Microsoft have to deal with these, basically anti-monopoly things a lot, it's basically kind of thankfully avoided that spotlight a lot. And also even the Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission and members of Congress have instead focused on alleged threats to competitors presented by, say for Google and other various places, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, etc. So all these other really huge tech companies, like I said, Apple, Google, etc., have had a lot more big lawsuits and scrutiny in regards to, say, something like Microsoft. Microsoft's always been pretty good on this one. But this could actually also be a big issue where it could be the Activision acquisition can maybe make Microsoft have to have a little bit more of a run on the hot seat, stating recent actions by the antitrust agencies in the United States, but also recent unprecedented aggressive actions abroad, including the EU and the UK, probably suggest the agencies will take a close look at the transaction. So basically now we even have almost official confirmations where we have Justice Department antitrust members literally stating, yeah, this Microsoft deal is looking like it's going to have to go through a little bit of scrutiny. We did also see this a lot when it came to Sony, where Sony and they were trying to go deal with the Crunchyroll and Funimation acquisition. There is a lot of really big legals that were tied on into it. There was a lot. So this kind of goes and shows that there's going to be some pretty big sketchy issues going on for both these sides. Now, I do want to say, at least from the Bungie side, which just happened, that thankfully is not one of the biggest acquisitions. A $3 billion business, that's a pretty big business. I think in terms of legality wise, that will be fine. There's not really a big monopoly in regards to games like, say, Destiny. And as well, it just kind of seems like something that could be easily it's okay. It's fine. We're not going to have to be expecting too much of it. There might be a little bit of a look into it, but I probably would doubt it. But the part two of it would be more so on the Microsoft side still, because a lot of folks are saying that is a lot of gaming put into one thing. You have the Call of Duty, which was a huge, huge game. You have other games like Overwatch, you have World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and all the other various IPs, which essentially is making the Xbox side a huge, massive IP hog. But then once again, though, although it's going to be probably watched quite a decent bit from all these antitrust agencies, at least on the bright side, there might be some okayness on it. That's why this will be probably a 2-year process. We'll probably have a lot of legalities, a lot of lawyers involved with this. On the helm of also as well the Biden administration appointees, both the Justice Department and the FTC have signaled their intent to scrutinize and potentially challenge a broader range of deals on the grounds that they threaten to reduce competition in the marketplace. So this is an official statement going on over here where they're basically saying, hey, this is going to be a big, we have to look into this. We have to legally watch this and make sure that this Microsoft acquisition is not going to be overtaking basically the entire world, which would make sense. So there's always that big chance that it could be also potentially go taken away. As well, too, on top of this, too, a lot of the agencies said they would revisit the government guidelines for renewing proposed mergers as well, because they basically had a lot of other various things tied on in. They also, Mr. Jalron said Microsoft and Activision's target 2023 closing date for the transaction appears to be an acknowledgement that regulatory reviews may take a long time. One key question for antitrust enforcers, he said, is whether a combined Microsoft Activision can better compete if video gamers against foreign companies such as China's Tencent Holding LLC and Sony's Group 2 as well. So at this point, I do want to say it does kind of seem like Sony's slowly fallen on the backside in terms of overall market value, in terms of the long-term growth, but at the same time, they are still willing to invest more money. But also kind of leads to a lot more controversy where a lot of folks are scared that these huge, big conglomerates keep on buying up everything else. But the part two, even from that statement, it shows that Tencent, who is a really big Chinese, basically holding company, investing into so many other various gaming groups, they even hold things like, League of Legends and other various games as well, Epic, etc., for Fortnite. And it kind of goes to show that they might actually give it a little bit more extra leeway to kind of make sure that they can kind of compete with the Chinese government and Chinese big conglomerate companies, which would also make sense too as well. If it's an American-based company, you'd rather be doing better in America than, say, maybe Tencent trying to go buy out other various companies too as well. So this is going to be kind of a big drama going on, especially throughout these next probably 2 years. Sony themselves, as I mentioned, has had to deal with this before with Funimation and Crunchyroll, although that was, I believe, successfully approved, and that was for a way smaller company. So now imagine the amount of scrutiny and attention a $70 billion acquisition will be, as well as also the fact and how big Microsoft could potentially be if they keep on investing more and more money and keep on buying more and more companies. So basically for this one, this has been a really kind of strange thing because we're having buyouts and everywhere else too as well. This is also right after Microsoft did go buy Bethesda and other various games too as well. So it's kind of a little bit of a scary situation where we still have to see where the government is going to allow or not allow if these deals will keep on going through. So kind of give your thoughts and comments down below if you guys care, if it's scary, if you guys don't mind, if you guys have Game Pass and you're kind of chill with it. Kind of give me all your overall thoughts and comments down below. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, we have those Samsung SSDs down below. If you want to check them out on sale, highly recommend it. Same with those phones too. The Twitter and Twitch stream down below. And sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You get a bunch of free stacking for money. Same with that Coinbase too as well. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys up later on throughout tonight for more videos. Love you guys.